Howdy, folks. My name is Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, my name is Ray, and my pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Mars, and my pronouns are they, them. And it's time to draw a card from the deck of friendship. And while normally this is a podcast where each and every week we watch and we talk about we're talking about Space Jam.
We watched the sports anime movie.
We did watch Space Jam.
It is a sort of anime.
It's a sci-fi sports anime movie.
Sports anime isn't off limits, so
yeah, for
fine.
Sure.
It's based on a real life game.
Yeah,
there's friendship.
It is very much based on a real life game.
Technically, there's friendship.
Technically, there's friendship.
Bill Murray's there.
Now,
yeah,
Bill Murray is here, but also, you know who else is here?
Who's actually here?
Who's here?
Guy from Jurassic Park.
No, in real life.
It's me. I'm the card you drew. My name is Joe, and my pronouns are he, him. That's what my card says.
Yeah, I pulled Joe. Let me read the flavor text really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Joe.
A really cool and swell guy. And that's what it says.
Oh, that's weird. Mine says, I've never been more awake.
Yeah.
And that was in quote.
Strange. Yeah.
Marble, what does your Joe card say?
Mine says, hi, Joe, how are you? It's been a while.
It has been a while. I miss you, Marble.
I miss you too. Aw.
We watched Space Jam.
We watched Space Jam. So.
We watched Space Jam.
So. We got some stuff. So, we did a poll on Twitter. We collected your submissions, and did a poll and got over 230 votes.
I don't know that many people in real life.
Yeah, it's wild. There was some serious, there were some stories. There were factions coming in and out.
Uh-oh.
I mean, maybe.
People were building forts and yelling at each other.
People really wanted us to either do the first Digimon film or Space Jam.
and we decided to break the tiebreaker by unanimously voting to watch Space Jam.
All of us wanted to watch Space Jam.
Said Space Jam.
You see our loyal viewership, you were supposed to pick Summer Wars, and since you didn't, this is what you get.
This is your punishment.
I wanna give a shout out to
Summer Wars.
To Summer Wars. I want to give a shout out to the singular person who suggested Space Jam, but it was so funny that I had to include it in the poll, and I'm scrolling down to find their name. So somebody else can say some stuff while I find it.
Some stuff while I find it.
Some stuff while I find it. Hey, Marble, you ever some stuff while I find it?
Can't say that I have.
So I want to give a quick shout out to @MysticPansexual on Twitter for suggesting Space Jam.
That is a wonderful
That's a great name.
Very good name. Okay, so here's the deal. Micheal Jordan, movie opens, camera pans up, a beautiful shot of a young Micheal Jordan playing basketball in his front yard or whatever. He's talking to his dad, and it's nice, right?
And he's like, Pop,
and it's a real fine school. Real fine.
It's a real fine school.
Real fine school.
And
Dang,
like,
real
Pop,
fine.
Can I
Darn
play?
fine.
Distinguishedly fine. Pop,
Real
Pop,
fine.
can I play basketball?
No.
And that's
yes.
a scene.
He's a supportive father.
No,
This
he's
is
a
really
good
nice.
father.
He says you can do anything you put your mind to, son.
Doesn't he
It's
also say that doesn't he say that he wants to play, he does want to play basketball, but his main dream is playing baseball?
No. He says he wants to play basketball and go to school, and then after that, maybe play baseball like his dad. And then his dad's like, what are you going to do after that? Fly. And then every song about flying that has ever been recorded up to this point in time is included in this movie.
It was really interesting as in this little opening segment, this little prologue scene, where his dad says, son, I want you to remember, someday you may have to stretch your arm 20 feet to get a slam dunk while you're being tackled by 5 Technicolor monsters that are 2D, two-dimensionally animated, but exist in 3D space.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, and it was really weird that he said that, but as it turns out, that's foreshadowing for something that happens later in the film.
Yeah, no one saw it coming.
Now that's a little writing trick for you, if
I mean, they did include the tarot card reader.
If you're writing screenplays out there, you're really, you want to use foreshadowing.
Once you figure out what happens at the end of the movie, you might want to sprinkle in one of the characters at the beginning of the movie saying exactly that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when his dad says, maybe your assistant that has been kind of useless throughout the movie will do something amazing that turns the tide of the big game, and then he'll get flattened and then inflated and fly to the ceiling, and then once he lets all of the air out of his body, he makes a fun fart sound while he flies around in circles.
You really think so, Dad?
I do, son. I do.
Son, one day Bill Murray will show up on set for 15 minutes, and then he'll have to go.
And you will ask him to play basketball with you.
Just combine them, basketball.
Basketball. Yeah!
Basketball.
You know, that's the real, cause this movie is weirdly, set up like a sports biopic at the beginning.
It is a sports biopic.
Right, but that's the thing.
This thing actually happened.
Yeah,
all of this happened. The footage about basketball and baseball happened.
Yeah.
This is a found footage film.
Well, yeah, that's
documentary.
Well, it is supposed to explain the gap and what happened in between Michael Jordan leaving basketball, going to baseball, and then coming back to basketball for a time before retiring.
Is it really?
I mean,
is that what this movie is supposed to be?
I mean, that's what happened,
know.
and that happened in real life.
Yeah,
it tells the story. The true life story
don't know anything about sports
in
the real life, so I thought maybe this was all in the fiction space, but I see now that it alludes to actual events that happened in the meat space.
So Michael Jordan is now retired from basketball, and he plays baseball, and he's bad at it. Mm-hmm. But everyone cheers him on because he's Michael Jordan.
Right.
Literally everyone, even the other team, is like, hey, just so you know, you shouldn't swing this time because it'll be a ball.
Yeah, it's like borderline patronizing him.
Yeah,
it's not even borderline.
It's not.
Be honest.
There's a line where he's talking to his kid after the game, and the news is on and talking about how Michael Jordan is so bad at baseball, and his kid's like, "Were the other people mean to you?" And he was like, "No, worse. They were nice to me." Mm-hmm. And I didn't get that as a kid, but I do now.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie that I did not get as a kid, but makes a lot of sense as an adult.
Now, I feel like if I understood the entire, the ins and outs of this movie, my innocence would be broken in a very, very young age.
Fair.
Yeah.
Now, remember that in between all these scenes, we get shots of the Looney Tunes and some space alien tunes.
Yeah.
So Danny DeVito is from another planet.
Yeah.
And he controls a cartoons slave trade. Theme park.
Yeah.
It's a wonder that, boomers made movies like this and then showed them to their kids and then are wondering why all their kids are growing up to hate capitalism.
It's wild. Huh?
I mean,
it's such a wild thing.
Yeah, I mean, Danny DeVito already is a socialist, so we already got this person who is parodying capitalism on our side, and he's been with us from the beginning. He's been with us since Space Jam.
Yeah,
at least
he's raising us right.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel DeVito.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay, so he runs a very bad theme park, and it's losing. Aliens are losing interest.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to figure out a way to attract tourism. And it's decides...
like the opposite of Toy Story. Everybody's done with space.
Yeah.
Now the only thing people want are cartoons from the 70s. When are the Looney Tunes from?
Earlier, I think.
Early.
60s? 50s?
50s, 60s.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
1820, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually, there's Egyptian hieroglyphics with the Looney Tunes on them.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
The hieroglyphics were all Looney Tunes characters.
Yeah. Hey,
they are monsters.
So blind.
Looney Tunes were created in the 1930s.
Okay, cool.
I totally
that was a long
forgot
time
that
ago.
this does tie into Deca friendship because Bugs Bunny is Funny Bunny. So
yes,
sure.
that is
We're here.
that
We're
is
there.
the actual
We're covered.
honesty there.
Did somebody say Funny Bunny?
No. Go back.
Get back in the box, Pegasus. Oh, go back to the box.
We already said goodbye. I gave you a hug. Go. Okay. So there's
Lock the door. Lock the door. Lock the door.
Okay.
Lock the door. Lock the door.
Joe, eat this key.
Eat the key. Eat the key, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
You can never be a guest again. I'm so sorry.
I certainly hope I get freed. Yeah,
So that's the basic plot. He wants a Looney Tunes for his terrible amusement park.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, and it is called Moron Mountain.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it's just important. So Moron Mountain is in space.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And they are cartoons.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The Looney Tunes
live in hell.
They do live in hell.
And that's why they can't die.
And that's why they can't die.
I guess people on Earth don't know about tunes.
They're in limbo.
Right.
Yeah.
So where
they do know about the tunes.
Where do tunes originate from? Is hell, because they say also that they're owned by Warner Brothers. They know that.
We know exactly how tunes originate. It's established in this movie.
Is it?
Yeah, because all right, so by the end of the movie, Micheal Jordan can stretch his arms really long, and Nedry can get flattened out and turn into a balloon. If people live in or spend enough time in the hell world, they turn into tunes.
So
that's where it all came from.
It's like
they might have had like past lives before they were sent to hell.
Yeah, they might have been human.
What kind of people were they?
It's like if you go into like the Greek Hades is the dude. I don't know the name for the place.
Hades is the place.
I'm pretty sure. Hades is the dude in the place.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it is.
If you go to Hades, it's like if you eat the food, you're stuck there forever, even if you didn't die.
Right.
It must be the same for the Looney Tunes world. If Micheal Jordan ate anything from there, he would be stuck.
Can you drink anything from Hades?
I don't think so.
Stuff.
I don't,
because you could totally have like some like it's probably hot there. So you're walking through Hades and you just see some person, like one of those nice folks who sells water bottles for like $5 a piece during like public events and stuff, just sitting there with a cooler and they're like, "Do you want some water?" Yes. But if you take the water, even though it is fresh and replenishing, you will be stuck in hell forever.
Now here's my question on it.
And you're out $5.
And you're out $5, which is
and like you need that $5.
Okay,
you're in hell now. You need
actually
as much.
The price to get out of hell is $5. And now
you're out. Oh no.
What if you bring in your own food?
Side to this.
No outside drinks. No outside food and drinks.
What if you sneak in your own food? You know,
against the rules.
Sneak a Snickers bar in your bra. Like, what are they gonna do?
Well, then if that food
touches the ground,
if you, the thing is, you can sneak it in. That's fine. But when you pull it out,
you can never leave.
The wrapper will say Hell Snickers.
When you cross the threshold, it'll say Hell. It'll turn
the word hell is emblazoned upon it.
All right. Okay.
So Looney Tunes, huh?
Looney Tunes.
I do have a second thought here about the origin of Looney Tunes, because we do get the space aliens who decide to become tunes.
Yeah. They eat the fruit of the Toon underworld.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't even really like it there. They just really hated living on Moron Mountain.
Right, yeah.
And the fact that
they didn't want to live under capitalism.
The fact that not only do all of the tunes come from hell, but also are owned by Warner Brothers and have Warner Brothers emblazoned on their bodies.
Mm-hmm. If they need to make a point.
This is like it's not only like a direct critique of capitalism in the whole like Danny DeVito plot, but like also just like a weird, disjointed but poetic parody of capitalism.
Yeah. There's the great line, and we all loved it at the time. Daffy, we were jumping all around this movie. Daffy and Donald. Wait, what?
Daffy and Donald.
Donald Duck was there.
Donald Duck
can explain why.
Daffy and Bugs are sneaking into Micheal Jordan's house, and they peek into a room, and Bugs Bunny says, "Hey, you know all those lunchboxes and T-shirts and stuff with our faces on them? Do you ever see any money from that?" And they're both like, "Nah, we should get a better deal."
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the deck of socialism.
Right? Yeah.
This entire movie is a socialist commentary anyways, so...
Welcome to Space Jam.
Welcome to the first episode of Deck of Friendship, but now it's about Space Jam.
Is this what y'all expected? I hope it's what y'all expected.
This
is probably what y'all expected.
It's probably what they expected. So
Lola Bunny.
So
we're not
Lola
there
Bunny.
yet.
We're not there yet.
Lola Bunny.
Honestly,
the Monstars steal powers from famous basketball players,
and they do this by
they do the Little Rascals.
They do a Little Rascals, and then turn it into ooze.
They turn into ooze, and they go up the basketball player's nose.
And this was
just like in Little Rascals.
Yeah,
just like Little Rascals.
And this was the first point where I'm like, oh, this is a documentary, because they are playing on a basketball court, and some of the players just start acting weird and funny. No, and like that happened.
No movie has ever been filmed on a basketball court unless a basketball game was actually going on.
Exactly.
We all know
that's important to remember when you watch this movie.
It's important to remember when you watch any movie where there's a basketball game happening.
But especially this one.
Yeah.
They just, like, you don't get to film a basketball game, you just get to buy tickets.
Right. Same thing with Air Bud, same thing with Flubber, like, it's all canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I know that we're not there yet, but I feel like it's just important to me that remember when a big alien picked up Michael Jordan and crumpled him into a ball and started bouncing around?
I legit
remember when that happened.
My bones
screamed.
Yeah.
This movie was like all body horror.
Yeah. It was like so upsetting.
It was like all body horror and like oof of friendship to the highest degree.
We can all here attest to the fact that I think me and Marble screamed at the Michael Jordan turning into a basketball.
And I was reeling. I was making grotesque noises.
No, I just kept saying, no.
So we all agreed. Similar sentiments were passed around the table.
The worst.
So not ideal.
Yeah. Well, and that's what this whole movie is like, it's just like this weird... The tone shifts constantly. Like, they're just having a casual, normal conversation, and then they pick up Michael Jordan and fold him into a ball. And it comes out of nowhere, and it goes to these such upsetting heights, and then they bring it back down. And then, like, the next scene is, like, Charles Barkley walking through the neighborhood to, like, some R&B.
Especially...
lamenting over the fact that he lost his powers.
Seeing those early, gross 3D models in HD is just the worst.
Of the tune.
They made a 3D model of Michael Jordan so that they could crumple him into a ball.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I thought they just textured him.
CG wasn't there yet, was it?
Oh, I thought they actually turned him into a ball.
Well, it is a documentary. After all.
It is a documentary.
Yeah. This is found footage, don't forget. That one dude from Jurassic Park really did get inflated.
The footage from this movie.
Fart noises.
The footage in this movie was found in a shed in the middle of the woods, and no one knows where it came from.
No.
And Michael Jordan was how did they find that?
Michael Jordan put it there because he didn't want anyone to see it, but he wanted to some days make a pilgrimage to his wood cottage to remember the good old days when he would hang out with Bugs Bunny, who now is no longer in contact.
Yeah. They're just so busy, you know?
Yeah.
Hard to make time.
With the many things that the Looney Tunes are doing nowadays.
Yeah, I'm sad about that. So, what happens here? They play basketball.
Nothing, movie ends. We don't have to talk about it.
Here's the thing. There are, I think, like 4 scenes in this movie.
There's the basketball scene, the baseball scene, the golf scene, the Lola Bunny scene, and then the basketball stretchy. And that's it. And
also all of the B-plot of the NBA players who lost their talent, like losing their minds and
which
going
is
to therapy.
Very...
so upsetting.
It's
very upsetting.
It's genuinely like...
Isn't therapy hilarious?
It's like genuinely like, you feel really bad for these guys, because like...
This is what they know. This is their talent. This is their job, their career, and suddenly it's gone.
This happened to them for no reason.
Yeah.
And
body don't work the same no more.
And now they just can't do the thing that they're super known for and good at doing.
Hey, I want us all to play a quick imagine game. Okay. Imagine if we couldn't podcast anymore.
I was gonna say that, like, that's just what being an artist is like. You just you think you're really good at drawing, and then you wake up the next day and like you can't draw stick figures.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but isn't that terrifying?
Yeah, this movie is like
technically a scary movie.
It is a little bit of a horror movie.
Yeah, no, my spine is still vibrating.
Yeah.
Look, okay, I really did. I said this is a Halloween movie because there is scary stuff in it, but I also did really dig the design of the Monstars, and they were very Halloween-y to me. Like,
yeah,
they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was spooked thoroughly.
Yeah, their magical girl transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I like the one that talked like this.
Literally every time that alien said anything, I had to like repeat it out loud.
It was so cute.
And it was pitch perfect because it's basically that is a voice that you do all the time.
I'm just a little alien. My life has been laid low by capitalism. And Danny DeVito.
Oh, become a Toon. Well, socialism will protect you, our little alien friend.
And then the characters are never seen again.
Toon Marble, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, Toon Marble.
Hi, Toon Marble.
Hi, it's so good to see you.
It's been a while.
It's been so long, I sound like this now.
Okay.
We still love whoever you are.
Thank you, that's so nice.
Toon Marble.
Yeah.
Now, what are your sort of overall? Because you weren't here when we watched Space Jam. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts on Space Jam are.
Oh, well, as you know, I live in the world where Space Jam took place. You know, in hell.
Yeah.
I live in hell, where Space Jam happened.
Uh-huh.
It's considered an important part of our nation's history. We have an entire museum dedicated to the events of the movie Space Jam.
Do you have like a plaque or like a statue of Micheal Jordan with his arm outstretched and out in pain with a basketball?
Yes, and it's a much bigger statue than you might imagine.
It's actually a bridge.
It's a bridge! Oh my god.
Oh, no. It's a bridge!
Where does it go to, Marble? Where does it go? Where does it go to, Marble?
I can't!
It goes to the moon, where we have our very unethical theme park.
You have your own unethical theme park?
On the moon!
Why do you have an unethical theme park?
Well, we didn't want it. The aliens put it there. And we had to stomp them into the ground in order to free Micheal Jordan. I feel like you weren't paying attention to the movie. I shouldn't have to explain this.
No, I mean, I think we saw two different versions.
I thought okay, all right, that's fair. No, that's fair. Yeah, I mean,
your history is your history.
I mean, look, history is written by the winners, right? So we didn't, like the movie that we saw might not be the actual literal events, despite the fact that it is a documentary.
Scenes.
We have to
come on.
Of course,
it's historical revisionism.
No, I think it is a documentary too, Marvel. It's a biopic.
But even the creators, Joe, of a documentary biopic have intent.
Yeah.
They want the viewers to get something out of it. Anyway, this has been Culture Corner. We should... I don't know. I don't know anymore.
What should we do?
Everybody, have fun with your podcast.
Thank you.
Go back
Thanks,
to
Toon
hell.
Marble.
All right, bye, Toon Marble. See you in hell.
See you in hell, Mars.
I feel like I blacked out for like 5 minutes.
Marble, so we just had a wonderful conversation with our good friend Toon Marble.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we always miss each other.
I know.
Yeah,
it's always ships passing in the night. So sad. Basketball happens. Daffy Duck is the star of this movie. No, like, legit.
Just keep rolling.
Daffy Duck is the star of this movie. He is iconic. He is also married to Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
He is so over the top, sassy, shade thrown everywhere.
Can we talk about Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny's marriage really quick? Because Because I think that they've been married for, like, at least 30 years.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. I've never liked Bugs Bunny, but I didn't like Daffy either as a kid. But, oh my god, Daffy holds this movie on his back.
He does.
I'm with Joe on this.
Yeah, no, he does. Daffy is easily the best part.
He's a hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's gay.
Like, that's the thing. He is gay. And here's the other thing about it, right? Is that, and this is a theory that I posit, because in this movie, it is the first appearance of Lola Bunny. She barely gets an appearance. But the movie has this whole, like, barely a side plot about Bugs being into Lola Bunny. And that it just, I mean, because it's not a thing that comes up ever again, really. No. And we all...
No, they're just friends after this.
And we all just sort of agree that it's gross and weird. So I posited the theory that it's just to make Daffy jealous. Which isn't good still, but it is...
Well, Bugs is like that. Bugs is like a little...
But Bugs is like that.
Yeah. He hasn't gone through his character development yet. That he gets in Looney Tunes Back in Action starring Brendan Fraser and many monkeys.
Yeah.
What's up with Brendan Fraser and always hanging out with many monkeys?
He just likes those little chimps.
They're his friends.
He likes little monkeys.
Yeah. So yeah, Daffy holds this movie together. He's great.
The first half of the big game for the Looney Tunes' freedom against the Monstars. The Monstars are crushing them, and then they go back to the locker room, and Micheal Jordan gives a very ineffective speech.
And Bugs gives
It was like not a bad speech.
It was
a good speech.
It was a good speech.
The Looney Tunes suck so much.
They're incredibly rude.
They don't, they never have any focus. They kidnapped
this person and now refuse to take his advice.
Yeah.
And then Bugs just tricks them all into thinking that they are, taking secret good at basketball juice. It's called Michael's Secret Stuff. And then they all perform really well.
Yeah, they start cheating.
It's just water.
They just had to get rehydrated. That's all they needed.
Well, it's not cheating in Toon World.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the Monstars were cheating the whole game.
Yeah, nobody knows how to play. Is it really cheating if nobody knows how to play?
If the ball goes out of the court and lands on a grandma, tackling
and
he cut out.
You cut out.
Rest in peace.
He's saying it though. He's saying it.
He is saying it.
I'm not anymore.
Oh,
not anymore.
Say it again.
If the ball goes out of the court and lands on a grandma, I don't.
It cut off at the exact same point.
No.
Just if say it, and we'll agree with you.
I said it that time, so you can just figure it out when you listen back.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope you didn't say anything problematic that I'm agreeing with right now.
Yeah, you could have said anything. You could have said that Coolsville sucks.
Whoa, Mars! Why would you say that?
Whoa, Mars!
What? I'm not saying that Coolsville sucks.
Mars!
Whoa!
Coolsville does kind of suck.
Whoa,
okay,
Joe!
Marvel, it is you and me. It's just you and me.
You and me against the world, Ray.
I really like the scene where the Looney Tunes were coming back because they got to use their fun little stunts that they do.
You
in
could
their
say
shorts.
that they came back in action.
Mars, that's a different movie, but yes, they did.
You could say it. I'm just saying that you could say it.
The Looney Tunes came back in action.
You might get some weird looks, but you still can say it.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying that you could say it. And you didn't hear it from me.
Mm-hmm. They get to do little scenes of their fun little stunts they do in their shorts, and that's how they do their comeback.
Yeah,
because in the first half, they're just getting destroyed by the Monstars.
Wile E. Coyote does a big blow up with some explosive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tweety Bird iconically punches the Monstars in the face.
Really, beats him up real bad.
We see teeth flying.
It's interesting to me because Tweety Bird has never really been the kind of character that is it's like the joke is that they appear soft and sweet, but then they are secretly outrageously violent. Mm-hmm. That's never really been a facet of Tweety Bird's anything.
Not that I remember.
So the fact that they just do that, kind of weird.
I also really like the scene where they call back to the origins of Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd, and they do the nice little Pulp Fiction reference because that's that made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. The first time we ever see Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam in
together
hit Quentin Tarantino film, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. If you look close in that movie, it's just the characters that are on their T-shirts, on Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta's T-shirts.
Yeah.
Just they're no-name characters in that movie, but then they were grabbed.
It's Yosemite Samuel Jackson.
Now,
oh my god. Oh my god, Ray, you can't just be that funny.
Like I had a bit, but like what? How could I possibly have a bit after that?
How can any of us follow that?
Like after that bit, like my bit is dead. It can't.
Listen, everyone.
Can't figure out whenever people like I say things. Okay, real quick, I say things and people just stop, and I don't know if it's funny or because you just can't think of anything.
We can't think of anything because you're so funny.
Exactly. So here's where I land with all this. I think that we had a wonderful season where we watched the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! And we peaked, and that's it. Yeah. We made it to our final conclusion where we watched Space Jam, and Ray outshines all all of us with Yosemite Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't be here without my friends, so thank you for
this. That bit was like basically pulling the fifth piece of Exodia.
It was, right? Yeah.
Am I doing this right?
It's when Yugi reaches his hand into the ocean in his final turn against Pegasus Maximilian.
Stretches his hand out really long.
Stretching his arm like
into the ocean.
Into the ocean, pulling the fifth piece of Exodia.
Like what's cool is that we get to see his hand stretch like throughout stills of like the Mario Castle, the woods where Bakura is, where we saw Mako for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
This basketball game is a shadow game, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, it takes place in hell.
There's a deal made.
Yeah. So, a deal made for Micheal Jordan's soul. Well, it's on the line.
Micheal Jordan's soul's on the line, and also Micheal Jordan stands up to Danny DeVito and is like, "Hey, if I win, you give me the talents back for all of those men's."
Micheal Jordan really wanted to save his bird friends, and he said, "Give me their talons back."
And once again, we've peaked. I don't understand. Twice in one episode.
We just ran out of cards to pull from the deck of friendship. We're out.
We
pulled the last one.
Okay, so we'll have to go to Game Shop and buy some new cards for the next season or something.
Okay, so they do really well at basketball for a bit, and then
close,
and then like half of them die.
No, all of them are like gravely injured except for Bugs, Daffy, and Lola.
Well, one of them is a literal turns into a cooked chicken.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it was really interesting when they revealed that they had the Infinity Gauntlet and all the Infinity Stones, and they snapped, and then half of the Toon team just disintegrated in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
It was really upsetting. I hope that they resolve that in the sequel.
Yeah, Space Jam Endgame. That
they all come back. Yeah, I hope.
I hope so. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so. Ooh.
Yeah. So they are all dust.
They're
all dust.
They're all dust. So it's just
except for a few of them, and finally.
So they need a fifth.
Yeah.
And finally, Micheal Jordan resigns to calling in Nedry, or what's his name? Stan.
Yeah.
Wayne Knight.
We stand.
We stand. He is past the ball, and then all of the monsters dogpile on him, and he's crushed. But
he
in the
immediately
process,
dies.
The ball pops out of him and scores a point, and now they're like one basket away from being on the winning team.
Yeah.
Right. So it was a grave sacrifice.
It's a grave sacrifice. He was turned into a pancake and then inflated, and then we went through this already, but it was so upsetting.
There was a close up of his 3D flat face.
Mm-hmm.
That was just so there are so many things in this movie that should be GIFs and memes.
Yes.
Welcome to Deck of Body Horror.
Yeah. And yet are not. And Wayne Knight's flattened visage
is definitely one of them.
Is going to be the Twitter GIF for this episode.
Mm-hmm. I think the worst part about this scene is that while they're inflating him and then it finishes, Micheal Jordan is like, how do you do that? And this is the point where Bugs and Daffy decide to explain, you can do anything here in Toon World if you put your mind to it. And that's where he gets the idea to stretch his hand out and make the winning play.
They have that flashback scene to where his dad was standing outside while he was playing basketball as a child, and he said, someday you may need to stretch your arm 30 feet, etc., etc.
But they can't do that without a fifth player on the team, and Marvin the Martian is, like, ready to tell them that they lost.
Now that is... Marble, I'm glad you pointed out, because that is another really crucial writing trick that's in a writer's toolbox, is a flashback.
Flashback.
Yes.
And, you know, like, we can see the masterwork, the skill, the craft, you know, you just sit back and watch the artist's work.
That's a scary movie.
Here's an interesting question I'd like to pose. Whose side is Marvin the Martian?
Oh.
Like, I know he's the ref, so technically no one's, but, like, ideologically, whose side is he?
I mean, he's an alien.
Is that why he's the ref?
He is a Toon and an alien.
I know, I think, that's the fun little thing for him.
Yeah, and he's
always... I like that.
What would happen if they lost? What would happen if the Toons lost? Where would he go?
I feel like he would go to Moron Mountain, but he wouldn't be, like, made to perform. I feel like he would be, like, a henchman to Swackhammer.
He'd get his own office, but, you know, it would be like menial work and it wouldn't be ideal.
That makes me sad, because I like Marvin the Martian.
Well, that's okay, because the Toons win.
Yeah.
So he's free to continue
Bill Murray
terrorizing.
shows up for his $10 cameo.
Yeah, you're thinking of what happens in Space Jam Majora's Mask. We don't have to worry about that.
Right. Because that's when the timeline diverges.
Right, into 3.
Right.
Yeah.
If Michael Jordan falls down the well, then it goes to the Michael Jordan failed timeline.
Right.
Is that how it works? I don't remember.
Yeah, yes.
And then if Michael Jordan stretches out his hand, does the winning tune.
Does it push you backwards?
No!
We gotta immediately move on from that joke.
Bill Murray shows up to be the fifth player, and then he does Bill Murray stuff.
Yeah.
Now, it's like it's the Michael Jordan fails timeline that leads Bill Murray to take up basketball, and then that, like, incites the rest of the movies in the Bill Murray cinematic universe.
Yeah, he becomes the hero from there. Yeah.
He dies in Zombieland and then is reincarnated as Garfield.
Right, yeah. And then it also goes around at the end, the timelines converge to Bill Murray of the Wild.
Wait, hang on. Thinking.
Processing.
Yep.
Hang on.
Yep.
There's a movie for this somewhere. Hang on.
What you got, Marble?
The Jungle Book.
Oh, The Jungle Book. Yeah, okay.
The Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book.
Who is he in Jungle Book?
I don't know, but I googled Bill Murray movies and Jungle Book is in the list.
I think he was Baloo. He was Baloo in the new one.
No way.
In the new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the timeline where he's reincarnated as a stop-motion fox.
Yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's a good movie. Hey, everybody, watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is an open endorsement.
Welcome to Bill Murray of Friendship.
Fox.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what happens? Like, Garfield evolves into...
Yeah.
Into a fox. Oh, yeah, the second evolution of Garfield.
Garfield evolves.
Mr. Fox.
Mr. Fox.
Now, Bill Murray does not play Mr. Fox in that movie.
Oh, you're right. But... The joke is still funny.
The joke is still funny.
There.
The joke is
we
still
spent
funny.
a long time on that detour, and we're committing to it.
Yeah.
We're retconning who plays the fox.
We had to come out of that bit somehow.
Groundhog Day. Let's move on.
Groundhog Day.
They win. After Bill Murray helps Michael Jordan get the ball so he can stretch his hands and score the winning basket as the timer runs out.
Yeah.
And then the Monstars realize that they're bigger than their boss now, so they put him on a rocket and send him to the moon. They send him to space.
There are like five or six killings in this movie.
Well, 4 of those are Nedry.
4 of them are Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight is introduced in the ballpark, and he like walks down to the dugout and then falls off the stands into the dugout, which
and dies.
It's not necessarily fatal, but for that man probably would have been the way that he landed.
Yeah, he landed on his head.
He landed head first.
Yeah.
So just so you all know, there is a movie called Larger Than Life starring Bill Murray in which Jack Cochran, played by Bill Murray, is a struggling motivational speaker who lives by the mantra, "Get over it," when he learns his circus clown father has died and left him Vera an 8,000-pound elephant as an inheritance. He only considers one option, selling his father's beloved pet. He finds 2 buyers, but must then get Vera to California, thousands of miles away, in just 5 days with the help of an eccentric truck driver, played by Matthew McConaughey. Jack and Vera set out on one crazy road trip.
Wait, you need to stop because we're mock footaging this.
Why have I never heard of that?
Now, is Bill Murray playing Duke Devlin?
I think he has to be. This is like pre-Dungeon Dice, though.
Since we're talking about Bill Murray's cinematic accomplishments again, we do have to talk about how the fact that he's originally introduced in this movie on a golf course, and then he leaves the movie for about an hour, and I'm convinced that the events of Osmosis Jones happen in that interim.
Oh yeah, so
absolutely.
So this movie is post Caddyshack. Osmosis Jones happens in the middle of it, and then like Ghostbusters is starting at the end.
Yeah. Because we do see shots of New York, and Ghosties are coming up. So
yeah,
this truly is the Kingdom Hearts of movies.
Yeah.
I did say that during our viewing, and it's become more and more true as we've gone along.
Oh yeah, well, and then Sora shows up, which is weird because these are not Disney characters, but
yeah, and Groundhog Day is the time break,
and the Keyblade for this world is Michael Jordan's extended arm.
No,
yeah. Well, but the worst part is that he confuses Daffy with Donald, and that's why he's here.
Do you think that somebody out there still has the original 3D model for Michael Jordan's basketball body?
On their computer, yes, absolutely.
Do you think
it's in the National Archives?
Or they have 3D printed it and it now lives in their house. Because that's what I would do if I had the 3D model of Michael Jordan's basketball body.
It's also the bridge in Toontown.
Toontown.
I just cannot stop thinking about Michael Jordan's basketball body, and I wish I could.
Wayne Knight's flattened body is burned into my memory.
I don't want to think about body horror anymore.
Hey, can we just do a really long oof of friendship and talk about all the bad things in this movie?
Sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to Oof of Friendship.
We can take a detour to Oof of Friendship.
Hi, welcome to Oof of Friendship. Everything in this movie is extremely uncomfortable. It's all body horror and it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really... Nobody talks about how this movie is ugly and bad.
Yeah.
Ugly and bad, and I think that... I'm trying to think of how to phrase this for a family podcast. A lot of the people in the writers' rooms were interested in certain topics that should not be in a movie for children, but they snuck them in anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, nostalgia.
Also, everything involving Lola Bunny.
Everything involving Lola Bunny, my poor girl.
Here's the thing. Lola Bunny...
She deserved better.
Lola Bunny deserved better, and she did get better, thankfully.
Yeah. Outside of this movie. This movie, unfortunately...
This is her tragic backstory.
So here's the thing, right? Is that, this movie establishes that the Looney Tunes are, at once, doing their own sort of thing, but also are at the will of Warner Brothers. Do you think the CEO of Warner Brothers or whatever ever comes down to Toon Hell?
No, he just sends, an intern.
Yeah, he sends a liaison. And also the scene where the cute little mouse comes up and is like, if I try my hardest, I can be good at anything. And is really cute. And then the monster just dribbles the basketball on him. It makes me very sad.
Yeah.
That makes me really sad too. I thought that was maybe the worst scene in any movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was worse than any death scene, I'm sorry.
It was. And then the mouse didn't even die.
No, no one can die. They're in hell.
Yeah.
That's
part of the horror.
It's just a level of cruelty that was so unnecessary and was obviously there for a cheap laugh. But it's just a cute little mouse and it didn't hurt anyone. It just wanted to play basketball with his friends.
Yeah. They established that tone by the initial pan into Moron Mountain. It's oh, okay. We're gonna do that early 90s, edgy, nice, good. No. It's there's a lot of good stuff in this movie, but there's also just a lot of stuff that's dated like that.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that makes you go, huh.
Do a little,
yeah.
Do a little Minecraft villager. Do a little,
Oh no, it's a creeper.
Hey, can we wait? Let me talk about how the shading is bad.
Okay, talk about the shading really quick.
Oh, that's not UFA friendship. We're out of UFA.
We're out of UFA friendship.
We're just complaining about some things we don't like.
It's capsizing. It's in the ocean. No more UFA friendship. It's gone. Because obviously there will not be a single problematic element in fighting Foodons. I have no data to back this up, but I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope so because I just burned the UFA friendship and I have to stand by that action.
Okay.
I, as a fan of animation, hate all of it. All of it is bad. It looks so bad.
You mean?
In this movie, yes, of course. All
animation is bad. Marvel can't.
It is fluid. It is made by talented folks, but the shading looks so crusty in every single scene.
I genuinely believe that it probably looked better and was more suited to VHS.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
No one was ever meant to look at those 3D models of Michael Jordan's basketball body and thought. And
period.
No.
No one was ever meant to see that.
Ever. No one was ever meant to see it. You're supposed to be grainy and at a low resolution.
So low that you will never, ever process what's on screen.
Actually, here's the thing.
Or anything ever
Here's the thing that they don't tell you about most VHS players, right? Or VCRs, as they might be known, is that most of them actually have a sort of built-in feature. It's like a little wheel that's kind of mechanically, I don't know how it works, it's all technology, that whenever the 3D model of Michael Jordan's basketball body or Wayne Knight's flat body shows up, it just destroys the tape. So no one's...
It does that funny thing from cartoons where all the tape like shoots out of the VCR.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure that's an actual thing that can happen.
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know. What do I look like? Some kind of VCR scientist?
Well, I thought so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have that degree and everything.
I have bamboozled you all once again.
Where did you get the degree, Marble?
Well, you see, the VCR was revolutionary for its time, but using a modern printer, I have made a piece of paper with my name on it and told you it was a degree, and you believed me.
How could you fool me like this?
Welcome to the 21st century,
Wow, it's just as valuable as my degree. Wow.
Wow.
Hey, Joe.
What?
Same.
Now,
All right.
We've officially wrapped up on Space Jam now. And because this is a special crossover that was never intended to be a crossover, welcome to mock footage of friendship. I do need to ask, what's that question we asked, Joe? Are you gonna recommend this movie to your friends?
No.
No?
No.
I certainly would.
No.
How come?
It's bad. It's just bad to look at and watch. And it was fun to watch with the four of you. The four of you? Who am I?
Hello, it's me,
I feel that
well, two Marble.
And
two Marble.
I feel that perhaps if I watched this movie alone, I would have a panic attack of sorts.
That's fair.
It was very funny. It was very funny to sit here and like laugh and make fun of it. But like this just screams existential crisis movie.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. There's a lot of rough stuff in this one.
It is rough. Like it's okay. It's challenging. It's hard to get through. I still feel like I would enjoy watching this movie on my own, which is rare. I don't really like watching movies on my own so much.
No, Rare's a video game company.
Oh, it's a really good one. Can we talk about Rare video games for a little while?
Yeah, Sea of Thieves, everybody.
Hey, go play Sea of Thieves. They have banjos now.
You could be a pirate. That's the song from Sea of Thieves.
Just letting everyone know that we did peak again. Just wanted to.
I would recommend watching this with friends. I have a big nostalgia hit from it, and this must what Joe feels like whenever we're doing mock footage.
I don't have any I have that cultural nostalgia for Space Jam that
I never told
has,
y'all,
but
I had the VHS of this movie, and I watched it every day while I was in kindergarten.
How many times did your VHS get destroyed?
At least 3. That's not a joke. I broke the VHS and the VCR. So
you had to get another one mailed to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sealed with a kiss.
Mm-hmm. No, I watch this movie because of the Looney Tunes. I'm a big Looney Tunes fan. I don't think anyone knows that about me.
I certainly did not.
I didn't know about that about you, but I could imagine it. And also, I consider myself a sort of a fan of the Looney Tunes. I grew up with the cartoons a lot because we just had a lot of DVDs of the cartoons. And I enjoy those Looney Tunes. But this movie, I maybe watch it with a couple of friends, goof on it for a little bit. You can say no, Mars.
It's okay.
But I feel like I wouldn't.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I would rather watch a good movie.
Well, that's the difference between you and me. I like watching bad movies.
There's a timeline where we all watch Digimon.
There is a timeline where we all watch
There's a timeline? Here's the problem. Here's what I struggle with is there's a timeline where we watch Summer Wars and it's not this one.
We can do that, but
we can make all these timelines real in one. You know,
I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna be brave and say I think we would have had less fun watching the Digimon movie.
Maybe.
Yeah,
probably.
Well, I don't know anything about Digimon. I don't know. It probably requires a cursory knowledge.
From what I understand about the Digimon movie is that it is like 4 different movies that are all mixed into one. Ones. Not from what people have been talking about on Twitter and stuff.
Oh, then I'll have to check that out, because I remember there distinctly being an original Digimon movie, and now there's 5 new movies.
This is what we're going to do. We are going to fill up a bunch of tiny balloons.
Okay.
And put a number in each one.
Okay.
And we're going to tape them all to a wall like a carnival. Mm-hmm. And we're going to stand very far away and throw a dart. And whatever one it lands on is the episode of Digimon that we watch.
Can I stretch out my hand really close and just prick the balloon with the dart? Just stretch.
No, because we're not in Toon Hell, so if you do it in the real world, it's cheating.
Yeah. What about your bones, Ray?
What about your bones, Ray?
Did you know that there's
just going to leave them out on this whole deal?
Did you know that there's a skeleton inside you right now?
No, I didn't. Wait.
Maybe there's a skeleton inside you. Right
maybe
now,
their skeletons leave when they go to Toon Hell.
I mean, that's why Bugs was holding his skull.
Oh, yeah. That's why Bugs was holding his skull. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
We have a very, very brand new iTunes review.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow,
no.
That is so nice.
We got a 5-star review from #TheAnimeNerdGirl.
Can I read it?
You can read it.
Wow, that is so nice.
I'm glad that you are here, Toon Marble.
I'm pulling up the website.
To read
it's taking me a minute.
That sometimes happens.
I only type 80 words per minute. It's not that fast.
How's the internet reception in hell?
It's okay. We're still on dial-up.
Oh, wow.
No.
It triggers my misophonia. Ba-da-ba.
Oh my god.
I feel so bad for Toon Marble.
I know. I need to give her a big hug.
The Anime Nerd Girl says, absolutely love it. No one in my family likes Yu-Gi-Oh! Like me. I've had to see the anime at least 4 times, and when I started listening to this great and funny podcast, and I'm going for number 5. But this has got to be the best podcast I've ever listened to.
Aww.
Thank you so much, Anime Nerd Girl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
That is so nice.
Did y'all know that Deck of Friendship is my favorite podcast?
You've told me that in private, but now that you're on the podcast, I am more inclined to believe you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Here's the thing. Joe is canonically our first fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Also, hey, Toon Marble, what's up?
Oh, not much. Just making a living.
It's good.
I feel
it's good to get you both in the same room finally.
Yeah.
I mean, scheduling is just so
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm honestly a little starstruck to be here with all of you and Toon Marble.
I just get a little starstruck. I'm so bright.
It's good to know that Toon Marble is also a fan of the scary jokes.
Who isn't?
Oh, every iteration of Marble is a fan of the scary jokes. I guarantee you that.
It's
just the best music. Look it up, everybody. If you
ever. What about Evil Marble?
Still a fan.
Yeah, still a fan.
Oh, okay.
Hey nerds, it's me, Evil Marble. I'm just here with my cool leather jacket and my yogurt that I eat out of a tube.
Truly
cool sunglasses, and I love scary jokes because it is pretty good.
Thank you so much, Evil Marble. Man, we're getting a lot of marbles in this one.
Wow.
Joe.
Yes.
Where can people find more of your luxurious voice?
So glad you asked, Mars. My voice can be found on Overwitch. It's a podcast about video games. You can find that at OverwitchCast on Twitter. Is that right? I'm not on my show, so I can't remember anything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Hold on.
And you can also find, I do that with Ray and our friend Terrence. And then I also do a movie podcast with Ray called Mock Footage. And that's on Twitter at Mock Footage. And in October, we did a bunch of spooky episodes with spooky movies, and Marvel and Mars were both guests on different episodes.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
We watched the Goosebumps, and we found out about how skeletons are inside you right now.
We
watched Beetlejuice, and we learned about toilet humor.
We did learn about toilet... Look, Beetlejuice, it's a classic subversion of comedy that Beetlejuice came up the toilet, is all I'm saying.
It's true. It's true. You can also find me on Twitter at @the_Giuseppe. Please do. Find me there.
Go follow Joe. If you haven't figured it out, he's my best friend.
We're best friends. We're kind of like Bugs and Daffy.
No, we've been married for at least 30
years. I'm not 30 years old, but we've been married for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to me like our hand has been played. I want to thank Joe. I want to thank Joe Langlois.
No, you nailed it. Very good.
Langolier.
I noticed that it's not how you pronounce your last name, but I think at one point you told me there was just like a fancy way to pronounce your last name.
No, that is the correct way. I just usually say Langlois because most people are dummies and can't handle the truth.
Could you repeat it again? Because I wasn't paying attention.
Joe Langlois.
Langlois.
Like the French.
I want
the French.
It means the English and French.
It does. That's the
Somebody
great part.
let all the air out of Mars.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm flying all over the room.
Oh no! I'm cutting out.
Mars may come back.
I want to thank Joe Langlois for being on this episode and for being my friend. And it was very, very awesome to have you on with us to watch Space Jam.
It was so excellent to be here. I want to thank you all for allowing me into your space and Space Jam and carrying on a conversation about Space Jam that lasted longer than the movie. And I also want to thank Miku for her help with the Spooky Pride Drive.
Thank you, Miku.
Yeah. Hey, Miku, could we get another testimonial?
Frenchy pistol in Vermont.
Oh, that was just the exact same one, but
we appreciate it too. Still.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for listening to Deck of Friendship. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a rating on iTunes, and we will read it out. Also, sharing with a friend. If you want to reach out to us, you can find us on Twitter at FriendshipDeck, and our email is deckofriendshippod@gmail.com. And what was our favorite line from this movie? It's mock footage of friendship.
Mock footage here again.
What was our favorite line?
Real fine school. Real fine.
Real fine.
I think my favorite line was, I think no one picked up on it when we were watching, but it was when Daffy was in the background and he said, "I should get a union job."
Yes.
Yeah.
That really, and that ties in with the themes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, let's all say it at once.
All right.
Let's get a union job.
Let's
get a union job.
I'm a unionized.
Let's
get a union job.
That was listenable.
It's your move.
It's your move.
It's your move.